Alright. I will start off with Queen Street, just because it's a pretty short game. My volume's okay compared to the game, right?
Ready for battle.
Yes, scrim code. Love to see it. Alright, what are my controls? Cool. Alright.
4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocked.
Oh god, I hate this. What is my pause button? Do I not have one?
Ready for battle.
Okay, 1 second. Spectate, toggle, pause. X. Yes. Okay, so what's the issue here? I can't pause it. It doesn't. I can't pause.
2, 1. Objective
What is going on here? Love Overwatch 2. This game's perfect. Ugh, God. It's right up there. It's just not working. Alright, is square anything? Nope. Cool. So let's see if this... There we go. Okay. Then if I put it back... Okay, X is literally just broken. That's wonderful.
Hello.
Except it's not. It's only broken in the replay viewer. I don't even know how that gets screwed up.
3.
Anyway, so let's see. What are we running here? Okay, can't make sense. I will say, to start out with though, if you're running Orisa, I would go Lucio. Nicer text. I would run Lucio. It just helps her do what she wants to do a lot easier. And what she wants to do is get in the enemy's face and get out. So Lucio helps a lot with that. Bap works too, and then I mean you got the Mercy Pocket for Sam. That Zaro Sam, right? I feel like I remember that, but I don't know. Alright. I gotta get in position because holy crap, this camera is slow as balls. You know what? Hold on. I have a great idea here. Spectate and move fast, move slow. Alright. That did absolutely nothing. Well, that's wonderful. Alright, anyway. But yeah, so, I mean, the Reinhardt's there already. Like, their team, or I guess their team's not there. Where the hell? Why are their supports so far behind their okay, whatever. We have a pretty good setup here. DPS top left. Where is Baptiste? Is right on the Orisa. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, good to put up split pressure. This will do it fine. Staying out of cover, good. Whoa, frame drops, Jesus Christ. Okay. I will say, I do wanted to double check something real quick. Okay, so, Imp. First things first, I know you're on Genji. Fix your crosshair placement. And what I mean by that is you're just looking down a lot. And this happens across all FPS games. I don't exactly know why, but it does. Look more up when you're grounded and other things. It'll let you hit more shots. Why? I know why this is choppy. It's because the goddamn scrim code. I hate this so much. It just ruins replays. It makes it so... whatever. And secondly, Imp, your target priority's off. Don't go after the tanks. You're Genji. You get free reign on their damage and supports every time you dive in, but you're not using it. I mean, you go on the Echo for a bit, but then it looks like you're just targeting the Reinhardt. But Genji has a lot of mobility. He has a lot of different things that make him good, and one of those is that like he can just burst down to support really fast. Go after, you know, in this specific scenario, I'd go after Kiriko. She's pretty easily diveable. Echo without flight is a pretty decently big hitbox. You can hit her pretty nicely. Mercy's decent. And of course, whenever you can, dive the soldier. Who is... There he is. Alright, anyway, besides that, yeah, just target priority is a big thing. Sam, you're in a good spot here. And also... This person's new. I haven't seen this pack before. I want to... I play a fair bit of Orisa myself, so I just want to check cooldown usage. Now, so, it looks like we're having a similar problem as we did in Overwatch 1. Where we're just targeting the tanks, and that's especially bad in Overwatch 2 because tanks are fucking invincible unless you target the supports first. Like if we look at this real quick, so that Javelin could have been put towards the Echo, Kiriko, the Mercy, any one of them because the Rhine's just completely out of the picture. We really just shouldn't have used it on the Rhine in the first place. Yeah, so we just need to fix our target priority. Luke, you are kind of out of position here. Just kind of. I would have, you know, stuck a bit more behind, but whatever. And back to Mayhem. And also, so Mayhem, another thing about Orisa, use your cooldowns constantly. You should basically constantly be using them. And specifically because you have your Javelin right now, and look at their Kiriko's positioning. She's right by this wall. Sure, she's getting Mercy pocketed, but if you say in team chat, hey, focus Kiriko, and then you just chuck the Javelin at her, right? Like it'll just be perfect, you know, you can secure a kill. I'm sure she's Kiriko, you know, she has her abilities, but you can burst her down. You can burst her down. Yeah, because I think you just decided a little too late to do that. But yeah, just be active about those javelins. All right. Let's see, where is the... God, this camera's so slow. I don't know why it doesn't go faster if I, you know, put it faster, but whatever. But I do want to see your Mercy movement real quick, because Mercy in general... Okay, yeah, you kind of know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing. I will say, something to be a little bit more mindful of, Beta. Okay, you did it there, but for a little bit of that early fight, you were just a little slow adjusting your healing and damage boosting. Just try to be a little bit faster at that, you know. Just something to optimize that you can. Okay. So Mayhem, I would try... Kind of don't have the most control over your joysticks. There's the javelin. There's a javelin into a shield before. Your aim is kind of just all over the place. I feel like you either make a huge movement, or you're not making a huge adjustment, or you're not like adjusting your aim at all. Go into an aiming range, right, or in practice range, whatever, and try to practice like not fully turning with a joystick. It's a kind of a weird thing that I can't really I can't show. But like it looks like you're going a lot of really sudden movements, but you should try going a little bit like gentler movements, you know. Don't just full send it to the edge of the controller. Try to kind of track along the middle. And that'll help out your aim a shit ton. That's what I do. It works. It just does. And there was someone else, Trinity, if you watch this back, which I don't know if he will. I don't think he's on the team anyway, but that's something that he had to practice too. But yeah, to like just try practicing, you know, just moving the joystick around in the not very edges of the control. Like if you watch this back, go over to the Rhine, you adjust to the Rhine, then you over-adjust, and then you just completely lose him. So if you were slowly tracking him, just by moving around in the middle of the controller, yeah, I thought he did. Then, you know, you would have possibly gotten the kill. And I know it doesn't matter too much, actually. No, these teams are really even. So if you killed the Rhine there, because you definitely could have, that could have been huge. Okay, wait, 1 second. 1 second. Oh, I didn't mean to just go back and forth like that. Come on, load in. There we go. Okay, that's a good kill. Nice. Unfortunate missed shots, but...
The barricade must stay in motion.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this back and watch this team fight from above real quick. Despite this giant-ass train being here. Just gonna go back a few seconds, and let's go from here. Okay. So we get a great pick on their soldier. Now, if we get a pick on a DPS, what that means is we push. We push forward, we pressure their tanks and whatever they have left to fall back. And, you know, sure, they have an echo, but we have a hit scan, you know, it doesn't matter too much. Oh, they end up getting the res off. I don't think you had Helix. Okay. But yeah, so, like, if we hard pressured that soldier Mercy, or not the soldier, the Reinhardt Mercy, right as we got that kill, we could have prevented that res from happening. That's big. And honestly, for tanks in this game, you can just walk past them sometimes. Sure, they do a lot of damage, but if you are... Sorry, let me reiterate. If you are a tank, you can walk past the enemy tank. And if they don't know what they're doing, they will follow you instead of walking into your team in return. Specifically, Zarya can get away with this a ton. And it's what makes her so good, because she can just walk past people and kill people. But if we had walked past the Reinhardt, you know, just really tried to bully them back and bully the Mercy, then we could have gotten another kill, and then that just would have been a one-team fight. But yeah, we get a great pick on the Kiriko here, and that's huge. How's this Echo still alive? Firing. He kind of walked into that. Okay. God, this is so choppy. Alright, so Sam, I know you know exactly what I'm about to say next. Hit the aim trainer. And let me specify when I say that. When I say hit the aim trainer, I don't just mean improve your aim. But here, we'll go back real quick. And you know, you're getting a bit better at it. But, like, against this Mercy, when you're shooting at her, I can tell you're focusing really hard on trying to hit the shots on the Mercy, because you hit a few headshots, and then you completely stop moving, where if you had, like, continued shooting while jumping and moving to the left, like, full moving, you could have killed her. 100% you could have killed her. So they end up getting the res off, you almost die, and then you have the same problem that Mayhem does, where you... no, you don't, but, like, you're trying to make flicks here, instead of just slowly moving around your joystick, you know? Which, especially on a hit scan, you don't want happening. Like, you should not have died there. You should have killed that Echo 5 seconds ago. But because you were just kind of... Yeah, it felt like you were panicking, honestly. Because you were panicking and just moving your joystick from hard side to hard side, you died for it. And if you didn't die and you killed the Echo, then you guys would be... I guess up to, what would that be? Up 3, because it would just be the Mercy and the Reinhardt left, and then that's an easy fight win. Not because of the few mistakes there, we end up losing the fight. Honestly, Beta, you might have been able to walk back, but... So just some things to optimize here and there, mostly some aiming things. And I did cover a while back, I said in general, I don't know, I said somewhere, where the biggest thing to improve in Overwatch 2 is just your aim. If you improve your aim, you're improving at the game. And obviously, you know, that's not 100% of what it is. It's a lot of positioning and cover usage and whatnot. But generally, that is true. Alright, I do want to see how we... So if I had to guess how we roll out of here, we go from there, and Orisa really shouldn't be playing from high ground too often. You want to be aggressive on Orisa. You want to be taking space. Don't want to be sniper Orisa because she has damage fall off. So if I had to guess, we're going straight from up there, down the street, and we're matching them here. Hopefully Soldier goes up in there, where their Echo is. And also, Imp, you should be taking advantage of those flank routes, too. Be aggressive. Pick on Genji. Hold on. Let me rewatch this. So yeah, like, as Orisa, we should not have stayed up there that long. Like, as a team, let me reiterate. As a team, we should not have stayed up there, as how we did. It's just not useful for us. Use some Fire Strike off. You die. Oh, you just eat shit tons of damage. Okay. So, Orisa is really good at holding down a corner, and she's really bad at holding down a corridor. So, she's kind of, like, she could do some other stuff too. But, like, if you just held down this corner right here, just putting up damage, you know, knocking people back, or if you were in here, this is a great example. If you were in here, you could control the fight from basically just this area as Orisa. But you didn't go that way. And also, the fight went basically exactly how we said. We just went through there, down main. But if we want to win our team fights, we got to be a little more creative, you know. So, once again, wasting time up on the high ground. We're just letting them push up. And I get we're regrouping, but we can wait for our team to regroup while taking more space, too. Like, this little room here is pretty good to hold, because you have an escape route back there that you can use to dip back, and then around that, and, you know, you got places to go from there. But if we're up there, on the high ground, everyone but Orisa does good on the high ground. However, Orisa is our main way to hold the space. So, Orisa needs to be, like, brawling. That's what she was reworked to do. So, instead of engaging like this, what we should have done is, and like that is a good position up on the high ground. So Soldier should stay there. Imp, you should have gone into this and around back, out that window, around back, and then started harassing the back line. Because if you just kind of harass the back line, and very importantly, you only use dash when you can guarantee the kill with the dash.
Well, no, I think
then, you know, you get that free. If you can't guarantee it with just the dash, you can dash into here with the Mega Health Pack. But this area back here would help bring some pressure off of your team, let you guys approach. Just overall would be a good option. However, we don't end up doing that. So, unfortunately, our Genji goes down early because you tried poking from the wrong area. We get a pick on their Echo, but they res it because there wasn't enough pressure on the Mercy because we didn't have Genji in the back line. And...
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, they pop Visor. Okay.
I've got you in my sights.
Okay. So a lot of... I mean, I get ultimates are just kind of going out, but... Total Mayhem, you're not being aggressive enough on Orisa. And when I say aggressive, I don't just mean you full send it into the enemy team, right? That's not what you want to do. However, take some space. Come on. Go this way. Go up here and, like, just you jiggle peek around this way and push the Rhine back when you need to, and then jump back when you're feeding, you know, stuff like that. But especially just sticking around in the area where you are now is really bad for Orisa, because she doesn't do good in that scenario. Now, get a blade off. kills. Oh, no kills off the blade. That's unfortunate. Let's see what happened. I went too fast with the FPS I had. Hold on. Gotta redo this. Yeah, no, I hate the scrim code. If you guys scrim in the future, please just beg to not have the scrim code for me, alright? This is abysmal. I hate this thing. Alright. So we're gonna go into slow-mo. Now, let's see. Holy FPS issue on that primary fire. Alright, so we get a dash in. And you acquire your targets early. Now, dash in. 1, 2. You can't miss your swings, Imp. Come on. Oh, dude, if you landed that swing, you would have hit him. Wherever he went. There he is. You just gotta make sure that you're tracking your opponents carefully. And you didn't. So you died. Unfortunate. Now, Orisa ults. Then get in, Orisa. Go for a bit more. Good. Yep, you gotta get down that the joystick problem, Mayhem. You gotta get that down. You're panicking too much. You need to really think about where you're aiming. Let's go back to high view. There is one good thing I like from the scrim code, and that's seeing stats. Although, let's use heals dealt deaths. Okay, there's no Elam's stat, but I guess final blows is good enough. Check. Okay, I see what you're going for. I see it. I see it. Ooh, okay. It is very important to target down Echo whenever she duplicates. Specifically tanks, because her health pool is limited to 300. You know, it was in the patch notes. And if you wait and just target her down, and also, by the way, Luke, you should have used your ult like 10 seconds ago. Just, you know, you plop it down right here, and it just creates so much space. You shoot through it a bit, you target down to DPS, it's broken. But yeah, like if you put down the Matrix, then Echo would have been forced to like go back away. Could have killed her out of dupe and killed her. Maybe killed the soldier or something. Like, Matrix charges fast, you're able to just throw it down and use it. But using it when the fight is lost, I'm gonna say. And by lost, I mean you're down DPS. You know, it's decent. However, your soldier's not behind you, so your highest damage source through the Matrix is not with you. And that's not the best way to think about a Matrix, because I use it selfishly all the time, and it works out, you know. But, and if you're down a person, you want all of the firepower you can behind that Matrix. Specifically because the round just kind of walked through it, and then, you know. Okay, so Mayhem. When that Ryan walks on you, you should never let a Ryan walk on you. Ever, as Orisa. You bully Reinhardts as Orisa. And it's specifically because... Here, let me just go back real quick. So yeah, it kind of feels like you're kind of just lost in this fight. With Orisa, you want to be as close to the enemy as possible. Now, if you can't, like, aim good on Orisa when you're close range, I would suggest switching off the character, because you need to be able to hit your close range shots effectively to be effective with Orisa. And you know, you're doing good. Okay, you missed that javelin. But like, this Ryan's walking on you, right? So you fortify. Now, when you javelin, yes, push him back. Push him back. Just don't push him back a little bit and walk away. Just throw him back. You can't miss those. You can't miss those. Or if you aren't pushing him back, you know, you turn around and just full send it backwards. See if that works. But yeah, like this, she's fun to play. I think you would be better off with a different character though. If you like the brawl play style, I highly suggest say, I mean, Zarya or Reinhardt. I know Zarya is going to get nerfed. She's broken, and you don't even have to aim that hard to be a good Zarya. You really don't. She's so broken. So how did this happen? I'm gonna go back real quick. Whoa. Okay. So we have our team. We have our team. We have all 5. Now. Oh. Okay, so right, soldier just kills 3. Let's check for positioning. Soldier's aim is not the worst from what I can see. Yeah, no, like if you're decent at a tank, just go Zarya. Unless you are really good at a different tank, just play Zarya. It's not worth the effort of trying to be better at the other tank than if you just went Zarya and popped off. So let's see. Yep. Kind of poor positioning from you, Beta. Should have been like hiding more closer to the ground. And yeah, like Visor's good in Overwatch too. It's just the way the ult works. I assume they capture it from this. So, ideally what we're looking for here on the regroup is a massive Orisa ult, because, you know, we have it. Probably on the Kiriko and Soldier. And it's really important to note that Orisa's ult's blocked by barriers. I mean, you probably already know. So try, like, if there's a Reinhardt on the enemy team, what you want to try to do... I mean, yeah, you can outplay her with Winston. Like, if you don't want to just mash forward and primary fire, just go Winston, I guess. But Winston does require a bit more coordination from your team, so your team has to be, like, really playing around you. If you guys feel up to that, go ahead. If you don't, play Zarya. But anyway, so for Orisa ult, what you want to do when using it is, if there's a barrier tank on the enemy team, you want to get in between the barrier tank and their team. So that way, when you pull everyone close to you, the tank can be on one side, the squishies are going to be on the other. And they have to go away from you in a straight line. So tank's going away from the squishies going away from the tank, and you can reach the 200% threshold really easily. Like right there would have been, or right here even, would be a great time to ult. Because you have the ult. You need to use the ult on the soldier. Gotta use the... You're too low of health to use the ult. Yeah, in Orisa ult especially, you gotta be full health, or not full health, but close to full health to use the ult effectively, because otherwise you die, even with 4 or 5. So we're gonna rewind this a bit. So you're at half health here. They're being healed. Right here, if you walk forward right here, just towards the Kiriko, and ult, that's a good ult right there. Like, a really good ult, because Kiriko has already used the bell. I heard the sound effect like 3 seconds ago. And Ryan's on one side, Squishy's on the other. Now, I know Mercy can kind of escape pretty easily, and so can Kiriko. However, you force out their abilities. Plus, Mercy was in the process of rezzing, so... But yeah, you should have, like, used the ult, or even on the res soldier, you just used it too late for it to do anything. Unfortunate. At this point, game's just over. Yeah, you can test for a bit, but you really only have one ult.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Soldier 76.
Hey. Oh my god, that Kiriko did not hold up.
Approaching
I'm
the
watching
final
this.
destination.
Okay. She used it at the perfect time. Holy crap. I don't think she meant for that to happen, but that's just really unlucky. Damn. Alright. Yeah, no ults. They have advantage. You're not winning. And that's it. So, in the end, improve your mechanics through some training, you know? Like, just some aim training. Mostly just aim using all of the joystick and not just the edges. So that took 30 minutes. I'm going to go with this one. And then this is going to be it for tonight. I might be able to do one later at some point. But yeah. Alright, so let's go Rialto. I like Rialto, it's a fun map.
Welcome to Rialto.
So 9:35, alright.
This is the best NPC I've ever created. I saw that you could remove the process. Well, now I'll have to do that. Oh, and there's also Tim the Potion Seller. He's a perfectly normal, average potion seller. Nothing to be suspicious about when it comes to this man. Perfectly average.
Alright, let's just skip forward a bit.
Yeah, they're not going to have unforeseen consequences.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not on the team anymore. I fast forward too fast. Alright, so let's see. Oh wait, Imps on Doom here. Oh, that was the game starting. Oh, I'm dumb. Hold on. I fast forwarded a little too much. Okay. So, Doomfist offense. It's good. Now what we're looking for when we're playing Doomfist is to charge punch and punch bot because every other playstyle sucks. Unfortunately. However, Slam does still have a use of charging your ult to get yourself out of a team fight with an empowered punch. Because his ult is awful, just like his damage, and his abilities, and his power. Doomfist sucks. Alright, and I can say this because I'm a Doom main. So you really have to be playing perfectly to play him effectively. Now that's a good punch. You're playing him effectively. There we go.
Dodge this.
Might already mean.
Got away. Good. Now, honestly, Slam past the Orisa. Okay, and you know your Doom movement bits too. Good. So really, what we're looking for here is just farming power block as often as possible. Specifically, because if you just go in front of the Bastion, it'll charge it for free. And also stop focusing on the Orisa, please. Mayhem, you are out of position, buddy. Yeah, that was not a good play. Sojourn, you need to be poking behind your tank. And you also need good ass railgun aim. Hit the horse on accident, happens. Now high ground's good. Like, you want to stay up on this high ground. I want to see... Yeah, that was just overall not the best play you could have made. You should have stayed on high ground, and I know you're getting poked out. You should have slid over here, and then not jumped so that you're just right behind cart, right by your supports. And then, you know, once you're healed up, poke a little bit, jump up here, try for a railgun headshot. Didn't do that. You died, unfortunately. So play your high grounds more when you're on damage. Now, yeah, we just need to focus the tanks less than we do right now. We hard focus tanks way too much. When we really shouldn't be. Sam, you weren't even aiming at anyone there. You were just shooting at the wall. Use primary fire too. Yeah, so Sam, I'm gonna suggest for you as well. And I think no, I already did. But like watching the Genji, turn your aim smoothing up is one option. 2, just practice using the inside of your controller, like the inside of the joystick, because you need it. Now I'm gonna watch back real quick. So, yeah, as Doomfist, what we want to be doing. Wait, why'd you back away? You have an empowered punch. What? Imp. Amp. What? Alright, so you get past them. Go for the Orisa. Fine. I mean, not the best, because you want to be going for the squishies in the back, but you have a punch. You have a punch. So, instead of backing away here, target down their squishies. When you have an empowered punch, your punch splash hitbox, because it hits multiple people, becomes gigantic. It hits behind you. It's so big. So use that to your advantage. It's genuinely, like, I don't know the exact size, but it feels about the same. When you hit someone, there's a solid, like, just rectangle prism right there. That's like the size of Reinhardt's barrier in a square that hits everyone in the direction you're facing. It's huge. So, I know you know that, because you're playing Doomfist. So, use that to your advantage. Hit that Bastion, and you'll hit the Zen and the Bat behind him, instead of backing off here, because you could hit him, and then kill him, because he's antied. You don't do that. Unfortunate. Now, I want to see how your punch gets wasted here, because I saw you go way into the air. Oh. Okay, yeah, so if you're going for, I know what you're trying to do, like a slam thing, unless people are on high ground, don't aim up. Just aim straight angle, otherwise you're not going to hit anyone because you're going to be too high. The second thing, Imp, okay, that was not the best escape. You should have, hold on, charged your punch and then fallen back to the left, because that way you could bait someone and then punch them, you know, whatever. I feel like the main problem you're walking into here, Imp, is that you're just not playing him like a tank. Doomfist needs to play like a tank. You're kind of playing him like DPS Doom right now, where you're waiting for your tanks to go in so then you can go in. But these supports in the backline are pretty diveable. And sure, they have a Bastion. Just wait for him to not have turret form. But you have not targeted them this entire game as Doomfist. And it has been, what, a minute 15 off the clock so far? Like, they've just been completely unbothered this whole game. And you should be on them. Because that is what Doom's purpose is. He goes in, dives, bees a nuisance, and gets out. I see you go for the punch off, I think, but, like, really, truly try to focus on getting the kills on the supports. And another thing with Doomfist, your primary fire aim needs to be really, really good, so practice that if you haven't already. Bastion ult is really funny because you don't need to worry about it in any regard. It just sucks. Like, if you die to Bastion ult, then you're... Luke. Don't die to Bastion ult, please. Don't. It's such a bad ultimate. It's so easy to not die to, also. Like, here, we'll watch this back. Ready? So I know what the Bastion's doing. Over as Lucio, you have wall ride. Just jump there, jump out here. You'll be fine. And the Bastion actually made a pretty good play here, right? He read your movement. He read you. As simple as that. However, once that first one hits, you were looking this way, you should have just wall rode out of there. Because whenever the reticle appears, there is 2 seconds before it lands. That's a lot of time. So you totally could have just wall rode out instead of back. You had to use your punch there, unfortunate. And also, Imp, you've only hit 1 empowered punch this game. If you're not hitting your empowered punches regularly, just switch off your character. I think this is your first Meteor Strike. You're just not doing enough, you know? You're not like being a tank. And granted, Doom sucks at tank, he sucks at he sucks at everything now. But you have to, you know, try to make it work. And you just haven't really. You're not hitting your empowered punches, even though their team is stacking up perfectly for it. And you're not farming your ult fast enough, you're not interacting with the enemy enough, it's just running into a few problems here. And I get it. His empowered, I get screwed up with his empowered punch all the time. I see what you were doing with that. However, if you can, just get out of the circle. Unless you know that, you know, she's targeting someone else and you go in and block it. Just lay him out. It's worth it.
Into the iris.
Alright. So we got a minute left. We have Meteor Strike, and honestly, Meteor Strike sucks. Like, don't bother holding on to it if you need to switch. Yeah, it's just a really bad ultimate. Probably the worst in the game. Oh, we gotta be hitting our railgun shots. Sojourn ult is broken. If we're not hitting the railgun shots, and you're just not being effective. I like the boost there. Now let's see. I don't think you hit a single one of those. So once again, practice aiming, practice her ult. Just, you know, practice using the inside of your stick. It'll help a lot. It'll help a lot. Because if you're not hitting the railguns on Sojourn, just switch. Her value comes from hitting the railguns. Comes from hitting the railgun headshots. So if you don't hit those, then not worth it. Not worth playing the character. There we go. Yeah, and there's the Zarya switch. Good. Good. Yeah, if you're losing, just pick Zarya. You'll win. Okay, you'll win is an overstatement, but, you know. Good beat. Very lucky that they don't have Nano for some reason. Nano Blade is optimal. We have Zen in the backline. Zen on the back. What is going on here? Hold on. Okay, so Zen is there. Yes. Now he should be getting out back. He doesn't. He goes that way. Now, he somehow manages to get behind our team. And the moment Luke gets shot, he should be yelling, "Yo, Zen behind, Zen behind, Zen behind. Help me with the Zen behind," right? And then all of us should just turn around and focus on the Zen. Somehow. And like, Luke, look at the threat. Look at the person who's hitting you.
Into the iris.
Transcendence? Yeah, you totally could have killed that Zen, or at least forced Trance a lot earlier. Don't beat the window if you don't need to. This Zen's funny. That ult's so bad. I don't know why they took tank mode and said, yeah, let's do this, but like infinitely worse. So, overall, problem on offense there was, honestly, you guys just didn't have a tank. Sorry, Imp. You just weren't doing tank things on Doomfist. And to do tank things, you need to just hard bully the enemy backline a lot more than you are right now.
Ready for battle.
Just gonna skip forward some seconds. Getting ready.
For battle. Ready for battle.
Ready.
Ready. 5,
There we go. Alright.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
It's gotten a lot of use.
Sig is honestly a good play here. Like on Rialto. Sig is just effective. Okay, good. Oh, unfortunate snipe, but makes sense. Holy crap, they are picking us off. Yeah, they kind of just played as a team better. Got picks when they could. Out mechanicked us, and yeah. Yeah, like you just have to walk back and you can't really. I assume they get this, like, almost immediately. Good ults. Destroy the immortality though, there we go. Well, actually made a comeback. Good. Good. Symmetra, interesting.
You're gonna be like, I can perform miracles so you can get rid of headache.
Alright, so it should be talking during the in-between fight, just wasn't, my bad. Ideally, Soldier is getting on top of one of the high grounds. Symmetra can help, honestly. If Symmetra puts us on like, this high ground here, if Symmetra just teleports us up really fast so that we're all up here, that's a good position to hold. And, you know, just make sure that they don't have a Sombra who can back cap, that's important. But when we're playing Symmetra, we need to be creative in our positioning and proactive in our positioning too with Teleporter, especially because it got buffs. Because as Sim right now, you should be holding a lot more corners than you are.
My room is organized.
Because, you know, if you hold corners, then you can charge your beam, and if you charge your beam, you do damage. And then if you have your tank holding with you, basically just play around your tank. Sigma's a little hard to play around. That's a very good dragon, and yeah, they just out-ulted us. I'm gonna recheck this. So, if we were all, like, Soldier got up to the high ground. However, if the rest of us were on this high ground, right? Let's check what ults they used and where they used them. So Hanzo uses his ult on the low ground. Now, sure, he could have gotten up here and used dragons, or he could have used it on the low ground, or he could have hit the middle. If we're on this high ground, we can get out of that dragon every single time if we react within, you know, a decent amount of time. So that's one ult. Second, Cassidy ult. He uses it down there. If we are on this high ground, we do not get affected by that at all. Sigma can drop down and just rock him out of his ult. However, because we're not set up on the high ground, we get heavily damaged by the castle, which forces us into a predictable position. Or, sorry, heavily damaged by the Hanzo ult, which forces us into a predictable position. And then Cassidy's able to take advantage of that with Deadeye. If we weren't, you know, I'm broken record, whatever. If we were up on high ground, we wouldn't have died here. Could have done a little bit more. And sure, they're going to contest and whatever, but, you know, you tackle the group of players there while someone goes to contest, and then you tackle these players once you do. We didn't do that. We died. We lost. And of course, there was the whole problem on offense where nothing was dying, really. There's a bit of a problem with the tank imp, no offense, just Doom's really fucking hard to play because he sucks. So you have to be, you know, you gotta be hitting your empowered punches, you gotta be hitting your shots, you gotta be hitting everything, otherwise you're doing nothing on that character. I really hope that he gets meaningful buffs. I really hope. Anyway, yeah, like, play more in their backline imp. That's what you gotta do as Doomfist, and just make sure you know your escape routes. Charge up punch often, and obliterate people with punch even more often. And then besides that, you know, DPS, just aim trainers, and when you're doing the aim trainers, make sure you're moving around, and actively think about using the middle of your control stick. Because that is big, that's huge. Yeah, soldier goes down, and that's just point. Right? Is that on point? There's no way we contest this again, right? There's no way. We just have B. Oh, we have 3 ults.
You see but a fraction of the universe.
It's a big... There's no way that man missed his flux midair. No chance. Hold on. So he gets lamp. Massive flux. Hits 3. Whiffs his orbs. Oh my god. He stands in the minefield! No.
You'll come back.
Their Sigma's awful. I mean, good job on holding it at this point, but oh my god, you guys shouldn't have. That Sigma should have done way more than he did. Huge pile drive. Come on, kill the BAP, kill the BAP. Aw, Imp, you could have killed that BAP. Could have killed him. You should have killed him. That's a really big kill to not get. I can't believe they can't kill you. There's no chance. Okay. That's past the point. Oh, you guys play the whole thing out, right? I forgot about that. Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna review the rest of this just because I got some stuff I want to do.
Oh no.
But point still stands. You know, do some aim trainers. Focus on using the middle of your control stick, big one. And then just some positioning and pathing things that we could improve on. But yeah, that's good for now. I might do another one later. Hopefully I get the Elios one done. And yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.